Good afternoon. It is Friday, November 28th, 2025. We have a lot to talk about in today's weather discussion because a significant winter storm is rapidly developing across the high plains. It's going to be impacting the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes over the next 24 to 36 hours, triggering some significant snowfall, strong winds, and much colder temperatures. You definitely want to stay around for this update as this storm will cause big problems. So taking a look at the latest goes 19 continental United States geocolor satellite imagery, and as we can see here, there is definitely a strong winter storm brewing across much of the northern plains here. You can get an idea where all of the high, thin, wispy cirrus clouds are. We're also seeing strong low-level winds emanating out of the south into the low-pressure center that is located right now, moving across portions of western Nebraska. This is going to be moving very quickly into the Great Lakes over the next 24 to 36 hours. And once it does, I'll tell you what, we are looking at some big time significant snowfall, including maybe some blizzard-like conditions because of how heavy that snowfall is going to be. So here's a look at the latest National Weather Service weather alerts, watches, advisories, so on and so forth. And as we see, anything in the purple here is winter weather advisories in many of your counties. Pretty much all of South Dakota is under some kind of weather advisory or winter storm warning, including for Iowa under a winter storm warning. If you're across central northern portion thereof Illinois, you're under a winter storm warning. Central southern Wisconsin under a winter storm warning. I mean, this is a big time winter storm that is going to be impacting a lot of people just in time for Black Friday weekend into early next week. A lot of people are going to be out shopping for the holidays, preparing for Christmas week. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of snow, strong winds, and much colder temperatures on the way. And then down to the south here, there's a wind advisory, not a winter weather advisory. And then even further south than that, we have a freeze watch in effect for southwestern Texas. So definitely some big weather news to talk about in today's update. So here's a look at the current temperatures right now from our RTMA data, which stands for real-time meso observations. And we can see where the cold air or the colder air is. It's only going to get colder as this area of low pressure really develops. We got temperatures in the upper 20s to mid 20s across Indiana as well as Illinois. If you go up towards Wisconsin, mid 20s, low 20s, even some upper teens. And then the coldest spots here across the Dakotas, we're seeing temperatures in the teens as well. In central Montana, temperatures right now are in the single digits to lower teens. So yes, that's where the colder air is. And that colder air is going to pay us a visit for the early part of next week in the wake of that winter storm. So brace yourself, folks, for some very cold Arctic temperatures making their way southward behind this winter storm. So here's a look at the 24-hour temperature change from just 24 hours ago from this time yesterday. Temperatures are definitely colder in Montana, anywhere between 10 to 20 degrees colder than 24 hours ago. Anything in orange and red here is temperatures above or actually warmer than they were this time yesterday. So you're up by 5 to 10 degrees from 24 hours ago. And that stretches pretty much across the Midwest, so really not much changes in temperature, although Texas, Oklahoma, and portions of Arkansas and southern Missouri are running a little bit warmer than 24 hours ago. But that will be changing big time as we go into, say, Sunday and really into Monday once that cooler air arrives. Of course, in California, thanks to the Central Valley Tule fog that has been very resistant at burning off or mixing out completely, temperatures are running a little cooler than they were 24 hours ago. I'm actually in Fresno right now, and it's 47 degrees. The high today was 47 degrees. It did not warm up at all, and it is still cloudy as I am looking out the window making this video, and that's going to be the thing going forward for the next few days. So here's a look at the simulated radar reflectivity forecast in terms of that winter storm that everybody's concerned about. There's a lot of people making videos on this, so I decided I'm going to kind of be part of the bunch and gang at making a video on this. The blue areas here on your screen indicate light to moderate snowfall, and this system is really going to explode overnight tonight into the day tomorrow. So as we go into, I believe this is not local time. This is about 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. tonight, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and 12 a.m. tomorrow. And look at this. This snow is definitely going to be increasing. Even some really heavy snow down here across northern Missouri, southern Iowa. Yes, if you're in Davenport, if you're in Des Moines, Iowa, boy, it's going to be snowing tonight pretty good, along to go with those strong winds. Maybe some brief blizzard conditions as well. But this system is really going to intensify as we go into Saturday morning. Take a look at this, Blake, actually. We're talking some big-time snowfall with this. Very heavy snowfall down here in central portion there of Illinois, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and boy, in Iowa, it's snowing pretty good. Strong winds, those tight isobars indicate some very strong winds and some lower pressures. And then this is going to continue all the way into tomorrow afternoon into Sunday morning. So if you're a late Black Friday shopper, if you just want to hit the mall or go to Target, Walmart, if you your local store, grocery stores and stuff, gonna be not a day to go shopping. It's gonna be yucky out there. And actually, this is for 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this would be 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on your Saturday with all this heavy snowfall that comes down. And this is going to continue to be a problem as this moves into the Great Lakes. So keep in mind about that. And then, of course, on the backside of that, when colder air advection arrives over the Great Lakes, we're talking more lake effect snow. It's been a huge issue over the last 24 hours, especially over Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. My friend Nate on YouTube has actually told me about just how much snowfall he's been getting. Actually, let me actually stop for a second and actually show you all the picture that he actually sent me. And this was all that lake effect snow that he got. And this is about 1 or 2 inches that is accumulated here on his deck. So yeah, goes to show you last night, definitely some big time snowfall coming down there. All right, so now speaking of snowfall, let's take a look here at how much snowfall you could see with this winter storm. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a yucky one. We're talking about anywhere between about 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snowfall across central portions of Iowa, as well as northern Illinois, about 12 to 18 inches perhaps over northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. So again, of course, with that storm amplifying, it's going to produce a lot more snowfall. And then, of course, across Michigan, we're talking about some moderate to heavy snowfall. Sorry, we got some guests here. So definitely a huge problem here when it comes to the snowfall amounts. And then, of course, in the Great Lakes, you're looking at a little bit of that. Now, another component that the system is going to produce here is a little bit of freezing rain. Just a little bit. We're looking at about a 1/100th of an inch, maybe a trace, maybe up to 2/100ths of an inch. Not a whole lot, but yeah, that's that storm that's going to generate some icy conditions with this. Not only that, we're also looking at some strong winds as well, especially as we go over the next 12 to 24 hours. Those wind gusts will be on the increase, okay? So wind gusts will be on the increase between 30 to 40 miles an hour. Wind gusts perhaps 40 to 45 miles per hour as we go into Sunday early morning. So yeah, down power lines, power outages, certainly a thing. Now let's go to the extended forecast because there's other friends that the winter storm is going to follow behind as well. So here it is, of course, almost done. So we can see, of course, more colder air moving into the Tennessee Valley as well as upper Midwest and the northern plains. And then, of course, as we go into Thursday, into Friday, we're looking at more colder temperatures. That Arctic air is going to be the thing going forward across the upper Midwest. That polar vortex is going to make a visit across the Great Lakes, and we're on the ensemble from the Euro wants to highlight -10 to -15 degree temperatures up there near Hudson Bay, with temperatures that are, of course, warmer the further south you go. So keep in mind about that. And then, of course, as we go out to 360 hours into, say, Saturday morning, those temperatures do modulate a little bit. This would be the 13th of December, but still looking at some single-digit temperatures up there in portions of the upper Midwest. So the colder weather is not going to go anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. So now, let's talk about the temperature anomaly on the ensemble forecast from the Euro. So there's a couple of numbers that I wanted to show you all here in today's video update. This is the 10th percentile and the 90th percentile. So if I actually take a screenshot here, you guys will see what I'm referring to. So let's use the pen. Let me get the pen out here. I'm doing this off the iPad, folks, so just have patience. So we can see here, this is the 10th percentile temperature anomaly, and this is the 90th percentile temperature anomaly here. Okay, so 90, and then here is 10. Okay, and so basically at least case scenario and the worst case scenario. There's always a worst case, that's the 90th percentile. So the warmest temperature anomalies above average in the 90th percentile would be 16 degrees above normal, versus of the at least case scenario, you're looking at about, or the least case scenario, in other words, we're looking at 10 degrees above normal, telling me as a forecaster that, well, temperatures are going to be above average regardless. Okay, that's what they are right now. So when you look at this, most of the ensembles highlight below average temperatures, and this is going to continue. So we can see here the 10th and 90th percentiles, we're looking at 15 to 25 degrees below average. So that just tells us that temperatures will be cooler by early next week once that cooler air arrives. And then maybe another shot here. Take a look at this, man. This is pretty significant. So the 10th percentile here is, hold on, is that even right? Looks like that is. So that's 33 degrees below average in the 10th percentile. The 90th percentile is 15 degrees below average. So this is basically giving us an idea that, yeah, temperatures are going to be certainly chilly, and that chill will continue through the following week of December 8th and perhaps the 9th. So now, before ending the video, I wanted to show you all this very, very cool picturesque view of the Central Valley Tule fog hanging out across the Central Valley here for days and days on end here. Boy, what a picturesque view of seeing the stable stratus not burning off, literally not mixing out at all. And this is literally like the sea of fog that has been a thing for a while now, and I don't see this mixing out over the next 2 to 3 days. So you're probably going to see more of this on my Twitter feed on X over the next couple of days. And here's another view of that Tule fog from this morning, and you can just see really, really not mixing out at all. And again, it's like that bathtub of Tule fog, that low stratus lifting after seeing some fog in the morning. That doesn't look to settle much tonight. It'll probably be just a very low stratus, but if you are caught in some of this fog where it comes down to the surface, visibilities could get down to about 1/4 of a mile, so allow some extra time to get to your destination. But wow, what a beautiful, beautiful view here on satellite imagery. So, well, anyways, that's going to sum it up for today's weather forecast. I sure hope you found this video very helpful, detailed, informative, and life-saving. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, folks. We are so close to 70,000 subs. I do apologize if I have not uploaded at all over the last few days. I've been extremely busy with work, with the Tule fog, doing some scientific analysis. I will try my best at being more consistent with this as long as my schedule allows. because I know you guys rely on me a whole lot on these type of weather events. And actually, starting tomorrow, I think we discussed about this in one of the live streams, my pilot program, going to start uploading very early. So I'm actually going to make another video late tonight that will be scheduled for release tomorrow at around 3 in the morning. Of course, off the iPad here because I am away from home on the road with family over the next couple of days. But as always, take care, folks. Please be safe for Black Friday shopping for the rest of tonight into Cyber Monday, which is this weekend and early next week. Please be safe, folks, on the road. Love you guys, and I'll be back with you guys more tomorrow. Have a good night.